leche, la leche, la leche, la leche, la leche. Parity, not patriarchy. Past, present, futures. Here's we are again. The Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's Co-Secretary. That's what we like to call ourselves and use. All of us, everyone's, and more's of us are coming very soon. More's are coming very soon. But in order to, very most soon. But in order to connect our names and purposes to other archetypal languagings of person histories on this, our homes, and all our planets, past, present, future, since contact, we also call ourselves other names such as, including ever young goddesses and gods, archetypal use. Now, does that mean we're trying to become a pantheon above others? No, of course not. What we are delivering is divine democracies, so that all of the Elohas and Elohims, all the Eli circles and arrowways, all the females and males that God has created and incarnated, past, present, futures, cans and shells and cans becomes reunited back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact for heavens on this and all earths. Now, does that in any way suggest that we're trying to usurp the ever-loving authorities and powers of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever present in all creations and all sustainings, including us and alls that we knows and has ever known and shall ever knows and does knows, all our family, all past, present, futures, all our families and communities, all the females reparatively, and all the females and males equally reparatively, and all the flora and fauna that God has given us to co-stewards and appreciates. And so, therefore, we also says, Namaste, the lights within us, greets the lights within yous and alls. And we says, Mikotuya Oyasim, Mikotuya Kosefros, we are alls related, we are ends and alls, and everyone's alls related, and because we know this, that we are alls and every's and anyone's and everyone's alls related, we hands and shells and kids come together good and back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact for heavens on this and all our earths. And we also says, the elites within us greets the elites within yous and alls. Comingsz on Pax, Bava, L'chaim, Shalom, Soul, Salam, Mir Pache, Merci, Ubuntu's back and forth to mitochondrial leaves before the after endurings. Mercies, Ciao, Shlan Zavags, Chinque, Namastes, Cheerios, good days, Das Vidanyas, Sayonara, Das Vidanyas, all the languages of all the heritages and hues of all the lands and all the continents and beyond. So the way it all says, let's have loves and lives every young's longest, and prospers everyone's and all's for heavens on this all earth's in contact. And therefore, we also says this because we know as we are as all created of star stuff, and because we are heeding and listening to the ancient wisdom and the kindest wisdom of ancient civilizations, especially, of course, in the very lengthy Magdalenian era, and of course the Atlanteans, Thrace, Hesperides, Pleiades, Atlantides, whatever you want to call that, Ubuntu's back and forth to mitochondrial leaves, before the after nerds, Vedics, Druidics, all the heritage, all the nativities of all the lands and continents and heritages and hues on this planet and beyond, because space-time is not linear. And so, therefore, we also call ourselves other names, such as, including co-white cat buffalo women's, co-changing women's, co-Iroquois, goddess clan mothers, in fact, co-sister cousins and co-cousin brothers of clans and gens. And we call ourselves co-sky women's, co-earth women's, co-spider women's, co-kachinas, co-katsinas. We call ourselves co-rishas and yomayas. We call ourselves co-daganach, co-kalki, co-amamari, co-avakasteras, co-Kuanians, Buddhas, co-Zershans, co-Messiahs, and co-Couszmic Chrisztsz. Now, all of those words intimidate you in ancient languages. They simply translate to anointed. Anointed to do what? To reconnect kindness and wisdom back and forth in circle signs via divine democracy, past, present, futures, for heavens of this and all earths in contact. And therefore, we also call ourselves other names, such as, of course, Christmases and New Year's and the entering new times as Co-Secretary Generals, and especially also Stellarians and Estellarians, that is, Stellarians and Estellarians, because we are combining the messages of all the holy days, Thanksgiving too, of course, with that of the Shushan, the 50-50 promise fulfilled and delivered, with that of the Galilee, the Magdalens and Nazarenes equally, all the females reparatively, and all the females and males equally reparatively of the apostles' families, and all of their families, and connecting them to their ancient heritages, especially, of course, of Atlantis, and Vedic and Druidic, and Ubuntu back and forth to men or kind of leaves before it's after Durings, all the languages, all the nativities, and so we don't call ourselves a very real Stargates, Atlantis, and all holy lands and sacred earths, risens of reborns and risens, reborns, babies, always holy infants, and ever youngs, adults, and the last shall be first called first, Parity cultures of heavens on this dollars of Stargate and Star Trek put together. Now, it sounds like in concept, now it sounds like a daunting task to co-occurring these over the Stargates and the Akashic records, but actually easily accomplished via the New England Golden Rule, which you can read at 50/50 now at WordPress.com and just actually read the elegant steps for easily accomplished strategies for making us and thus so. So you'll also see a page on the website called Among the Representatives, use, because use too, shells and cans and shells, joins us to becoming Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General of COCHRISTSZ. And you can see our names with pictures there, and yours too, because it's our family trees, and yours too is symbolized by picture frames. We start genealogically. First go first with our great and grandmothers, first go first, and then all of the Shkinas are families equally, and then equally to all of our younger generations are Allahas and Elohims, Ellie circles, and are always females and males, so essentials. And so we'll say some of the names, we have Jacob Say, and Queen Esther, and all the Iroquois, Iroquois Scottish grandmothers, and more recently currently is Barbara Herschel, Lydia Costanza, and during New Times, Virginia, and Lydia Valentine New Times, and of course, we have our Kawhi Cat Capricorn, Martha and Pearl, and especially Ma Patricia Sunflowers, and Anne-Marie Singing Crickets, and Martha and Sophia, and Anne-Marie Singing Crickets, so loyal use, and Laura's lost more there. And of course, we have our Ubuntu families, our Mabels, and Amazing Graces, and Belindas, and we have our Josephines, and our Lillian Gaelas, and Doggies, especially, and of course, more there. And of course, we have our Lights families, our Ellens, and our Sylvias, and Bonnies, lots more there. Our Estelarian families, Ellens, and Hannah's, lots more there. And of course, our Rams and Ryan, our very precious Magdalenes and Nazarenes, Estrella and Libertia, the Venusian Rams, Estrella and Libertia, Libertina, Estrella, is traveling back and forth, Claire, Jubilee, and Jacqueline, Precious Antoinette, Miss and Master, and Greek, Grandma Popper, Grandmanette, all the gracious good Dorothy teaching our lessons of Wizards of Oz, Lindley, Johnny, and Jenny, and Appleys and Appleys, Barbara's lots more there, and of course, we have our current generations of females, our Esther's and Rachel's, and Anna Marie's, and Julia and Marie's equals, our Jennings and Diaz Divines, and Barbara's lots more there, and of course, our generations of our youngest generations. We have our April's Arisen, and Devastate Georgina, and Chiku, and we have our, and we have our youngest generation, we have our Hesper, we have, of course, Apples are risen, Rose are risen, there's Hedgerings, all the Vitivitas, Hedgers on Halals, Lighting Lees, Vanessa Sarah, Hannah's West Louise, Hadassah and Olina, Lost Mention, John's Best and Boats, and more are Comingsz, always has to learn Lee's ever ye's blessings.